THT for tonight?
Both available.
On the New Orleans side, they're saying that game time decisions for McCollum influence units. Do you just kind of assume that players are playing, especially in this kind of a format?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
And then, Frank, this specific game obviously means more just in terms of play-in standings and potential seeding.
Yep.
How do you coach that? Do you try to emphasize it to the players? Do you try to make sure you're playing the same way that you do when you have a play? What's the priority there?
Yeah, we talk about that it's a big game because of, what it means in the standings and the tiebreaker and whatnot. But the bigger priority is obviously how we're playing down the stretch. We want to be a team that catches fire at the right time, and our habits are the most important thing to be focused on, and the results will take care of themselves.
I don't know how close LeBron or THT were to not playing, but we always hear coaches say, or players will say, "Oh, if it was a playoff game, you'd go," but you're managing it in the regular season. I'm just wondering, does this game have those stakes where it's like you can treat it like a playoff game in terms of how you coach it, how your players, if a guy was close to not playing, would go in this kind of game? Is it? Yeah,
it's tough to say because both of those guys, I think would be ready to play if it weren't a head-to-head type of matchup like this. So that's tough to say.
And then along those lines, here's Kyle.
Thanks for the intro. We talked about Wes and sort of this on-court rhythm the last couple games, but in terms of your morning meetings or practices, has anything about his approach changed as the stakes kind of become clearer for these last couple games?
Yeah, I think he's been locked in. I think he's settled in over the last few weeks. Without really naming a starting point, settled into a nice rhythm. And I think we all have a belief of what he's going to bring to our team down the stretch, and he's super locked in. In terms of not just playing at a high level, but being really engaged in everything we're doing, and having that late season or playoff type of focus. Yes.
Frank, you spoke earlier in the week about going over the film from the last time you guys played, and obviously not the result you guys wanted. What do you think is the biggest difference over these last few weeks since the last time?
Well, that game we just played so sloppy coming out of the All-Star break. It wasn't even a game because of we basically gave the game to them with how sloppy we played. We have to be. I think our team psyche right now is different than where we were at that point in time. I feel good about the way we're playing offensively, the rhythm that we have in terms of sharing the basketball, 25 assists in 4 straight games. And, when the ball's going in the basket, there's a positivity to our group. And when we're sharing the basketball, there's a positivity to our group. The defensive side, we're fighting, but we're not playing well enough defensively. In each of even the wins that we've had of late, we have to get better. We have to have more of a commitment, more toughness, more focus. If we're going to achieve what we think we can achieve, if we want to be one of the hottest teams down the stretch, it's got to happen on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah. Frank, you've seen LeBron James play in big games since you started. You've seen him at the biggest stage. Is there a difference in how he approaches a big game? Have you seen a difference with him maybe in these last couple weeks as you guys have started to?
Yeah, I don't know if there's a difference in approach. I think there might be a difference in how he plays, but his approach is incredibly steady throughout the course of the year. Every game that we play, he's very locked in. Every drill that we do in practice, every film session, he's extremely locked in and engaged and attentive in everything we're doing. So, to say that it's heightened, with something like this, would be selling the rest of the season short.
Yeah.
So, I don't think there's a huge difference, but he's definitely locked in.
Question. There have been points this season where we've had games that feel like higher leverage situations, whether it's stop the streak or it feels like a matchup, whether it's a measuring stick type game. How do you feel like your group has responded when there has been those big games this year?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly which games you're referring to. I would say it's a mixed bag. We played well some, and we've had too many ugly nights. I know that through the course of this season. But I don't know if they're in the higher stakes types of games or not.
Anything with the White?
Game time decision. Yeah, his groin is really sore, but he's been working to try to loosen it up. And treatment last night and this morning, and he's going to try to get on the floor and see how it feels.
How did AD respond to the last few days? He's had, you guys have had rare.
Yeah, he's ramping up activity. Not ready yet.
What's he able to do now in the ramp up?
Just more intense on-court work.
Questions?
Yeah.